2 minutes. If I could have everybody from cohort 2 please make their way to the front. Cohort 2, please make your way to the front. Thank you. And again, we will we'll start here in 2 minutes. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you all for coming out this evening. So much love in this room tonight. Thank you all for coming out and supporting our demo day. This is going to be an exciting and fun evening for all of us. I want you guys to enjoy it as much as we can. Right? Enjoy it as much as we are. Tonight is a culmination of 12-week journey that we've taken with our talented co-founders of these new tech startups that will be joining into the Austin startup ecosystem. And so we're really, really excited to really showcase and share all of their efforts with you. Tonight is not only a celebration of our demo day, but we also, thanks to all of you, are celebrating our 1-year anniversary. And I just want to say, 1 year ago, I was blessed to really come together with a fantastic team. And we actually just got to a point where we were tired of talking about the lack of diversity in the tech ecosystem and decided to do something about it. All right, so we were like, we're done talking, let's go. And we created a startup pre-accelerator exclusively for ethically diverse and women tech founders. And it's the first in Austin, and I believe it's the first in the state of Texas, to really actually focus on this untapped talent here in Texas and also in the United States. And then, as we look at what about our mission, right? Really, what we want to be able to do is obviously increase diversity, make it more inclusive entrepreneurship. But by doing that, we want to really bring these demographics access to the critical resources that are needed to build successful startup businesses, right? And we wanted to serve as a bridge to the startup ecosystem. When I say that, I mean reaching out to the demographics that we serve, as well as to the existing startup ecosystem where the resources are already existing, right? And bring those together, right? And show that there's tremendous talent over here and tremendous resources over here, and together it can be a powerful entity to move forward in inclusive entrepreneurship, which is great for the city of Austin, great for the state of Texas, and great for the United States economy. All right? Providing a more transparent path. I use this analogy of the yellow brick road. Right? Everybody knows the Wizard of Oz, right? But you know where the road is, but there are also some obstacles along the way. Right? And DIvInc is there to actually walk our founders through that journey to the other side to build successful startup companies. Right? And the last piece that we're really focusing on is creating a mindset shift. Right? Creating a mindset shift that people understand that entrepreneurship is a viable option, right, to build your career, a viable option to provide and contribute to the economy. Right? So that is the mission of DIvInc as we move forward. And we welcome, I see so many familiar faces and partners and family and friends who support us in this journey. And we welcome everyone to continue to help us do that journey. Because of the impact that we can have is tremendous, as you can already see. So in a nutshell, what we want to be able to do is we want to help make Austin the #1 city for tech diversity. All right? So come join us. So in talking about Austin, it's a great city, has great leadership. And it is a tremendous pleasure for me to really introduce our special guest this evening, who has been a great leader for the city of Austin. He has been an advocate for entrepreneurship, advocate for diversity, advocate for all things good to make this city one of the top cities in the nation. So let's give a warm welcome, if you will, to the great mayor of Austin, Mayor Steve Adler.
Well, it's pretty exciting to fill a room. I know the nervousness that has to be attended to the folks that are going to be presenting. Congratulations. When you do that, absolutely. This is it is crazy times that we're living in right now. A lot of things happen in a lot of different places. Within the last couple of weeks, I wrote a really good piece on climate change and the role of cities when the president pulled out of the Paris Accords. Not too many people read it. I wrote a really good piece about immigrants and refugees and what it meant to be a welcoming city. We're involved in the Senate Bill 4 litigation. It was a good piece. Not too many people read it. and then I wrote this response back to somebody who had sent me an email about Wonder Woman. And lots of people read that. I'm not sure that this job was really relevant to my 3 daughters until I wrote something that managed to make it into BuzzFeed. And then they said, okay, this counts then, if you can get into BuzzFeed. But I mentioned that because the reason that I did that, and there were lots of reasons why I did that, but one of the most significant reasons that I did that I really haven't talked about in any place until this moment, was because of a blog that my youngest daughter had written in response to something that was real similar to that, but it was directed at her. Now, my youngest, who is now 26, graduated from college, had a really good idea, she thought, to set up her own startup. And it was an online media company that she and her partner, also a woman, decided they would develop. She graduated from college. She came to me and Diane, and she said, you were going to help me with law school. Instead of going to law school, will you put me up in New York for a year so that I can see if I can make this happen? And I figured she was just at 21 trying to figure out a way to get her parents to put her up in Manhattan for a year. But we did it. So she became the co-creator and founder of a company and the CTO of the company, because it was just the 2 of them, and they each had 6 different titles that went along with their names. So it looked like they had, a really big operation. But she went through this period of time where she had to learn how to code, and she joined the programs in New York. She joined Accelerator in New York to go through the process. But she would be on the train working on coding, and the number of guys that would sit down next to her and begin a conversation by saying, "What are you doing?" She'd say, they'd look and they'd see that she was coding, and they would immediately go to, "You're way too cute to be doing coding." And that would be one of the nicer things that she would hear these things over and over again. And when she did her first funding round, and it made the tech blogs that they had brought in, venture VC from New York and San Francisco, one of the comments that somebody posted at the end of it was something like, "Can you imagine the horror of waking up one morning and finding out that the CTO of your company is a 24-year-old girl?" And she responded to that and wrote just an amazing blog that also went viral for her. But when I saw that email from him, I remembered what she had done, and I decided I would try to respond to it in as classy a way as I thought that she had written that blog. But the fact of the lack of diversity in tech, both with women and people of color, is really clear. It is such an incredible waste of talent. And as I go around the country and get more and more involved with the tech and the innovation communities, it is such a waste to walk into rooms and to see that. And when I come back to my own city in Austin, Texas, and see it still here in this city, it is not only a waste, it is such an embarrassment, and it is so frustrating. So to have somebody that looked at it and said, "You know something, people are talking about this everywhere. We're going to do something different in this city." I am so excited for you and so thankful for you guys for doing this. It is special. It is really what Austin should be known for. To be the music live music capital of the world is great. We can't lose that. But to be the city that is leading in social innovation is what we really need to grab in that city, because that's also who we are. But to be able to layer on top of that this is the place where there's diversity in the tech field is you almost don't want one without having the other, because it's an incomplete victory, and that's what this is about. And the opportunities. You mentioned up here the need for people to be able to see and internalize that this is a viable path, even if you're not a white guy. That this is a viable path. There's another piece to what you're doing too that is equally as important, because there are systemic barriers that exist, and those systemic barriers are going to exist until we affirmatively address them and change them and build new systems in the system in order to be able to change things. One of the reasons why there's a lack of diversity of women and people of color moving in is because there's a lack of diversity and a lack of women and people of color above that are inviting people to come in. That is a systematic deal, and that changes as you change the people that are in the room. You just put people in the room and it's going to start to change. So I close with this last anecdote about my 26-year-old who 2 weeks ago did her first exit of a company. She sold her company. Which was pretty exciting. She sold it to Scripps and the Food Network, and is now running her company through them. She has 25 employees there in her offices, and the interesting thing, these are savvy employees. These are also tech savvy employees, because a company that's small, everybody has to do lots of jobs. And these are sharp, cutting-edge entrepreneurs. And of the 25 people, 21 of them are women. And when I asked her about that, and I said, why is it that you have so many women? Her answer to me was, she didn't want to necessarily have a bunch of women. But she was having trouble finding guys that fit in with the culture and the values. Right? And how many times you heard that the other way around? It changes when there are women and people of color at the top, because they hire different, they look different, they set up differently, and that is what this is about. This is phenomenal. And Diane and I are just excited to be here, and we're going to watch a few of these too. So thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. That was awesome. Inspirational. We ready to go? Yeah. Ready to see some stuff, right? Preston, get off the damn stage and let these entrepreneurs go. All right, so I'm going to do that. So I want to introduce to you your lovely MCs for the evening. And not only are they lovely MCs, these are my co-founders. These are my sisters. These are my folks who are in the trenches with me, who make all this happen. Couldn't do without them. So let me introduce to you my co-founders and the MCs for this evening, Dana Callender and Ashley Jennings.
Hey guys, good evening. How's it going? Yeah, we're going to have so much fun tonight. It's always great seeing the best looking people in town all gathered in one room, so shout out to that. Cheers to all the family and friends who came in from out of town tonight. Thank you so much. We love having you here. And shout out to our Demo Day sponsors, Frost Bank and Jackson Walker in the house. Thank you for making this possible.
Yeah, it's so great to see such a packed house, and thank all of you in the back for standing. See, that's some dedication. You guys are amazing. We are so excited to introduce our second cohort to you tonight. They've worked really, really hard over the past 12 weeks and are excited to show you what they have But of course, we could not have done that without all of our amazing mentors and advisors. So thank you all again for all of your hard work and dedication to DIvInc and to our founders.
Each mentor serves a valuable role to every entrepreneur, which is why especially chosen ones will be coming up and introducing them. And so without further ado, let's just get this party started, huh?
Woo-hoo!
Cool. Paul O'Brien, did you make it through the traffic? Where are you, Paul O'Brien? Thought leader, founder, VC, and innovator Paul O'Brien is a part-time startup CMO, principal in a private venture capital firm, and founder of Accelerate Texas and Media Tech Ventures. He drives startups through funding to exit, such as Foster Austin's venture capital economy and investment in Texas innovation. He's not just a mentor here, but at the Clean Tech Open, Texas Venture Growth Forum, Galvanize, and Seed Sumo. And his profile was profiled in the Michael Miller book, Online Marketing Heroes in the mid-2000s, following his work with Yahoo, Hewlett-Packard. He's been involved in a half dozen exits with acquisitions to Comcast, eBay, LinkedIn, Sprinkler, and GoDaddy. He's a personal friend and a mentor of mine. Without further ado, Paul O'Brien.
Where's Jamal? Let's get Jamal up here right away. I stood on this stage not 24 hours ago talking about, with the fintech community, innovation that's going on in media. Come on up, man. Come on up. Let's just do this together. I just want to do this together because I had the distinct honor of meeting Jamal 6 or 7 months ago, because he sought us out. And there's no better way to appreciate and have love for a founder and an entrepreneur than to know that they're the kind of person that hustles, right? That seeks you out to explore an opportunity. Jamal actually comes down to us from Chicago. And why I'm working in media technology and why I'm excited about what you're doing is that Austin is arguably where the innovation of media is taking place. Mayor Adler just kind of pointed out the fact that we have a music industry. There's a lot more going on in media here. And to improve what's going on in the economy with regard to diversity, there are two things I think that matter. The media and our ability to consume, distribute, share that information. And two, finance, right? The numbers, the money to make it matter, the money that makes it work. Jamal studied at the Chicago Booth School of Business finance and entrepreneurship, two of the most important skill sets here in Austin, right? He joined us to do a bit of the same work, scaling, one of my favorite words, scaling our financial professionals industry. And he sought us out in Media Tech Ventures and came through DIvInc because he discovered that there's something going on in this part of the world with regard to audio media, right? Podcasting. The Statesman is heavily investing more and more in podcasting. Rooster Teeth has just heavily invested more in podcasting in Austin. Adam Curry, for those of you who are old enough to remember when MTV had VJs, he's the father, literally known as the father of podcasting. He's here in Austin. And Jamal came to us to talk about Big Mouth, a thought that there was an opportunity to leverage snippets and sound bites from that extensive amount of content being created and do something with it. He called it the Pandora of podcasting, which I think is elegant, and I'm excited to hear the progress that he's made tonight because he's blending all of those experiences together. Those experiences we're bringing into Austin, experiences in finance, and now discovering the fact that we've got to do something about this media economy to help us monetize and share our voices with even more people than we are now. So, without further ado, Jamal, let's talk about Big Mouth.
If you're anything like me, then you've never had access to more on-demand information. At the same time, you've probably never had more content and media messages all fighting for your attention. Sure, I own Netflix, Audible, and Spotify, but my personal favorite on-demand drug of choice is the podcast. And just like me, 1 in 4 Americans has listened to a podcast in the past 30 days. That's 80 million people. But over the past decade, the average American attention span has gone from 12 seconds down to 8 seconds. That's 1 full second shorter than that of a goldfish. Having more content but less time is a hassle for listeners like us because it means we've got to figure out who and what to listen to, and then we've got to wait for a podcaster to finally get to the point. Let's face it, listeners need access to relevant information quickly. Podcasters need the eardrums of their target audiences, and advertisers need a platform that increases the probability of making meaningful impressions. Well, Big Mouth hangs out at the intersection of these three. Big Mouth is a streaming platform designed to get you well-informed quickly. We stream the talk-based content that you want to hear based on your topics of interest. We're designed from end to end to increase shareability and discovery by serving up bite-sized content. As a first step, Big Mouth is focused on driving high user engagement on a recurring basis. And we've jump-started this strategy by sending out an email newsletter to hundreds of subscribers. Next, we're planning to launch a beta version of our web app in Q3 of this year. Let me show you how it works. A user selects a topic that they're interested in learning more about. This user cares about marketing and branding. Big Mouth then takes relevant podcasts and breaks them down into smaller nuggets of insight, anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes in length. Our recommendation engine curates these snippets and serves them up to a user so they can decide what they want to hear quickly. Natural language processing will listen to thousands of podcasts for us, tagging keywords and cataloging themes, while machine learning will serve up a user's tastes and preferences. What you end up with is the Big Mouth experience. Instant access to the best parts of a conversation, the most actionable parts, without needing to listen to the entire podcast. Now let's talk about that 80 million Americans listening to podcasts every month. That's more than listen to Spotify on a monthly basis, and roughly the same number that actively use Twitter. Just last year, $167 million was spent on podcast advertising, with forecasts closer to $300 million this year and approaching $500 million by 2020. Like other streaming platforms, Big Mouth derives revenue from a mix of subscriptions, advertising, and strategic partnerships, and the content is plucked straight from the mouths of historical and contemporary thought leaders. This platform can be used by anyone at any time, and it can host all types of talk-based content, lectures, interviews, you name it. But where Big Mouth is focused first is on podcasts, informing you through podcasts and helping you discover new podcasts. And the group we're solving this problem for first are entrepreneurs and young professionals who, just like myself, understand that in this digital age, business and economics are part of pop culture, and as driven professionals, we cannot afford to be behind the times on these topics. Streaming platforms are all fighting for a share of your ear. And those focused on podcasts offer anything from snippets to aggregation to even keyword search. But what Big Mouth does differently is combine all these attributes into one sleek platform. A platform that's indexed, bookmarked, and easy to reference so that you can revisit your favorite inspirational sound bites or memorable industry insights or even really powerful words about age and gender diversity in the startup world from a very wise mayor. We've already talked about the launch of our email newsletter, and the open rate is well north of 70%. We're on track to having 3,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and we've got our eye on a 2.0 web launch during South by Southwest of 2018. My name is Jamal Wilburn. I'm the founder of Big Mouth. I have a 15-year career as a licensed and registered investment professional and an MBA from the University of Chicago's Booth School of Business. Our creative director has a degree in radio, television, and film from UT Austin, And we've got industry advisors who've been implementing computer science since the late 90s and co-founding and selling businesses within the media space. Big Mouth is asking for $350,000 to continue building out our tech platform, to continue curating and indexing our content and selling ads against our newsletter, and to aggressively acquire our first 50,000 users. Big Mouth, we get you well informed quickly. Thank you.
Let's hear for Big Mouth. Also, the bar is open all night, guys, so feel free to quietly go over there in between presentations. Without further ado, on to our next mentor, a dear friend of mine. Benjamin Durham is the founder of Thrillbox, an immersive analytics platform for virtual reality and augmented reality. For the last 2 years, Thrillbox has been focused on shining the spotlight on Austin as the mecca for immersive media. During this time, Thrillbox is incubated by Trophy Ventures and then selected for the Capital Factory Accelerator. They were the first Austin-based VR startup selected for the South by Southwest Accelerator VR track and have represented Austin-based immersive media companies in speaking events, nationally recognized monetization strategies for immersive media. Thrill is also co-sponsor of the Austin Music Video Festival, and most recently, Ben was selected to speak as a TEDx speaker for TEDx Youth Austin. Proud to call him my brother and my friend, Ben Durham.
So first off, I'm just so excited to be here and actually to have the opportunity to have you all as participants in DIvInc actually share a lot of your ideas with us, because it helps us make sure that our boots are on the ground and we're all in the trenches together learning. So I'm really appreciative to everybody that's a participant. So today I'm happy to introduce the founder of DisruptEd. And Kate Pyler is not only a very intelligent and passionate woman that's very concerned about education and education technology, but with my history and the work that I do in VR and AR, I often confront people who try to sell us ideas and just sell us on the coolness of it, like, wow, this is VR, it's so awesome, right? And the biggest problem that we have is that, cool runs out. We have to figure out ways to create sustainable pieces of content and sustainable business models that can help us actually apply the technology in the proper ways. And particularly within education, we've seen a lot of different approaches. And so when she came to me with her idea, I was blown away by how holistic it was and how much experience that she had firsthand with understanding the benefit of how to use the technology. So I'm very proud to introduce Kate Pyler of DisruptEd, and she's going to come up here and talk to you all about her awesome augmented reality and virtual reality platform for education.
I'm a visual learner, and 70% of people are visual learners. So it's likely that most of you guys are too. Visual learners get shut down when they're barraged with text and can often get distracted during lectures. And that can shut us down and make us feel disappointed in ourselves. And things happen where we send out signals that get misinterpreted. So what happens when a kid is mislabeled as having a learning disability? Well, they're oftentimes put on a remedial track or can unknowingly struggle from things like ADD or dyslexia, when in fact it's proven that they're just as smart and capable as their peers. They're just not being taught in the way that they like to learn. Our solution is mobile-based immersive learning with augmented reality and virtual reality technology. 85% of educators support AR and VR as a tool for improving engagement, inclusion, and performance. I'm Kate Pyler, founder and CEO of DisruptEd, and we believe that disruption is the key to progress. So we've created AR and VR education tools that bring joy to learners. And we're going to utilize the millions of mobile devices currently in use by parents of visual learners. Our first product is a 5-book series from the imaginations of artist Ed Heck. And each book has an AR version and a VR version in our disrupted platform. The AR version is much like a virtual pop-up book that brings all the characters to life. And the VR version allows for a 360-degree dive into the world of each story. And the gamified activities in each book allow for readers to explore deeper learning on shapes, colors, numbers, and more. We invite you to come over and take some, sample our demo after this. So let's talk about the market. There are 52 million kids in schools, and parents spend on average $873 per child per year on these education tools. And that market size is $4.5 billion. And when we capture 1% of that education tool market, we're generating revenue of $45 million each year. And we're going to market directly to those parents using digital, retail, and PR channels. We will provide them with a subscription-based model of $14.95 so that they'll stay engaged with this new technology and new product offerings each month. Secondary revenue streams include selling additional activities and platform licensing. Future products include core-aligned activity bundles that provide AR and VR immersive lessons, teacher guides, worksheets, and assessments so that educators can measure performance in greater detail. Now, our competitors are choosing to produce AR products or VR products. We provide both so that learners can decide which one ignites their learning style most. And we do that by designing the assets to work both in AR experiences and VR experiences. And then easily publishing to all immersive platforms. We're going to finish our first book this month. We're going to start our pilots next month, and we begin accepting paid subscribers in September of 2017. We've secured strategic partnerships with Microsoft for server support, Thrillbox for AR and VR analytics, and Prime PR for public relations and branding. I'm a successful leader who's owned my own production company, and I've built award-winning learning teams and pioneered AR and VR into marketing and learning campaigns and generated millions in revenue. My co-founder, William McCoy, is a superintendent with 20 years experience in K-12 education. And our design and development team members are the brilliant talent and award-winning talent behind our products and our platform. We're looking for a super CMO and a fantastic team of advisors. We're asking for $500,000 to accelerate production on our 5-book series, to execute our marketing strategy, including those licensing platforms, and to provide that critical product user support. We are disrupted, so join us. We are fearlessly improving learning. Thank you.
All right, let's hear it for Kate. Great job, Kate. All right, so up next, we have Stephen Callender. Oops. Well, I should be able to just improvise this. Stephen Callender is a proven leader in product and brand management. He is currently working with several startups in the community and has a, sorry, I'm improvising, and has a graphic design agency that he offices out of here in Austin and also Mexico City with one of our BFFs. In addition to that, he got his taste for startups by working at a company called Videotape, which is a video engagement platform which raised $1 million. He started early on as a product person and worked his way all the way up to CEO, which is pretty amazing. Stephen is one of our amazing mentors, not only for Maryland, but for everybody in Cohort 1, Cohort 2. He's given countless hours of consulting, everyone's shaking their heads, consulting, advising, and even brand support. So let's give it up to my amazing husband, Stephen Gallagher.
She switched the mic off on me. Thank you, Dana. Yeah, it's been a pleasure for the last 2 cohorts of DIvInc to be able to work with so many amazing startup founders, different teams, getting to know a lot of them over a 12-week period, and then seeing them go on to do amazing things afterwards. But what's so great about it also is there's so many startup founders that come in, and they're first-time founders, and they have all of the experience that gives them the know-how and the expertise in the field. And they just need that extra bit of gasoline on the fire to make it go into roaring flames. And that's why I am so thrilled to introduce the next company, Maryland. Their team, Mira and Brad. Working with them for the past few weeks. They're incredible people. On the business side, Mira has really outstanding business development experience. Brad professes at UT over finance and is a true expert in the field. Putting those 2 together, they just needed the extra bit of help that DIvInc was able to provide to get them going. They are disrupting an old, stuffy industry of finance that can make people feel powerless, confused, frustrated, and they're doing it with heart. They're putting the human into lending. They are making it, they're taking the old financial institutions out of it and making it something that is approachable so people can actually see their dreams come true and not just be told no based on some decisions that they've made in the past that's hard to recover from. So I'll let the experts go on next and tell you more. So here is Mira with Maryland.
This is the Royce family. They came to North America from the former Soviet Union 28 years ago. In the Soviet Union, they did not have an easy life. They lived under a communist regime, and the father, Mikhail, was even a political prisoner. He was put in a labor camp for over a year simply for wanting to leave the country. In the mid-'80s, the family had had enough, and they decided to apply to come to this country for a better life. But they had to wait for a long time, and after many years, they finally got accepted. When they got here, though, it was not the easy life that they had envisioned. Mikhail and his wife both had master's degrees in the former Soviet Union, but had to take any job they could to make ends meet and put food on the table for their family. Mikhail cleaned apartments, and his wife worked at the Kmart cafeteria. After 2 years, Mikhail got a call that would change his life. It was from a recruiter that had an engineering opportunity in his field. And as you can imagine, the family was very excited. But there was a problem. The job was 2 hours away, and Mikhail needed a car to get there, but he had no money, and he didn't have a car. He brought his family to the local community bank, but the banker was hesitant to loan them the money. He said, "You're new in the country, you're unknown in the community, and it doesn't make me comfortable." Mikhail sat down with the banker and explained his situation, and he told him that he was not looking for a handout. He was looking for an opportunity to provide for his family. The banker sympathized with Mikhail and told him that if he was able to get 3 references from more prominent, well-established members of the community, he would give him the loan. Mikhail left there that day and went straight into the community, started making connections, and got his references. He took them back to the bank and got the loan. He got the car that he needed to get the job. And this propelled the Royce family to a life of success and stability that they enjoy today. That cute little girl in the picture, that's me. My name's Mira Royce, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of MiraLend, a community-oriented peer-to-peer lending marketplace. And I would not be standing here before you if it wasn't for the sacrifices my parents made. But I also wouldn't be standing here before you if it wasn't for the community element that is missing from banking and lending that we had back in the 80s. There are two main problems plaguing the credit and lending space currently. The first problem is credit scores. Three of the major players in this industry, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, claim it's their mission to help consumers, but in fact have been fined a combined total of $20 million this year alone for deceiving consumers and misreporting credit scores. 40 million Americans have errors on their credit scores, and it's no wonder. This is a result of a system that's over 30 years old and predates the internet. We don't use anything that's older than the internet anymore. It is time for a change. The second problem is lack of access to money. 12 million Americans every year with low credit or no credit, just like my family, have to turn to payday lenders to make ends meet. But the problem with these institutions is that they carry an average annual interest rate of 350% nationally and 450% in the state of Texas. I guess everything really is bigger here. These folks end up paying a combined total of $11 billion in interest and fees yearly all around the country. $2.5 billion in Texas and $150 million in Austin alone. This is why we created MiraLend. At MiraLend, we have a solution to both of these problems. For the credit scoring problem, we have our patent-pending community engagement score. Our community engagement score uses data and machine learning, social media and community inputs to assign a qualitative credit score. And our solution to the second problem, lack of access to money, is our MiraLend Marketplace as a Service. On our marketplace, borrowers and lenders connect directly. They're able to set their own rates and terms and engage in truly secured collateral-backed loans. There are many peer-to-peer lenders in this space, but MiraLend is different. And we're different because we're cutting out the middleman. Our value proposition is simple. The average borrower will save $576 by using our site, and the average lender will gain up to 10% interest per peer-to-peer loan transaction. And MiraLend is able to monetize both of these solutions. For our community engagement score, we are selling this model to banks, insurance companies, and employers to broaden the access of these services to more people in need. And on the marketplace side, we are charging a 3% document fee for the consummation of every loan on our site. Our team is dedicated and will get this job done. Our COO, Brad Gold, is a professor of commercial transactions in the #1 Masters of Accounting program at the University of Texas. Our CTO, Vitaly Verkovsky, is an experienced product manager that's been working with big banks for over a decade. Our advisor, Doug Levinson, is an educational consultant to the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco. And our other advisor, Steve Meyer, is an accomplished CTO and top 5 Techstars mentor. And my name is Mira Royce, and I'm a Fortune 500 business development executive. Today, I want to share with you that this is really there's really a problem in this industry. According to NASDAQ, the current size of the peer-to-peer lending market is $26 billion and is expected to grow by 36 times in the next 7 years to $900 billion. As we wrap up our time at DIvInc today, we are proud to announce the launch of our website and prototype and are seeking $1 million in seed round financing for the purpose of accelerating our timeline and bringing these services to more people in need. We want people to be able to trust in lending again, and of course, to trust in MiraLend. Thank you.
Woo woo! Good job, Mira. All right. Next up, we have Fever Fit, and to introduce them, we have Ben Doherty from Favor, very popular delivery app, which I'm sure you all have used at one time or another to get that pizza, taco, Topo Chico at our last demo day. Ben has very humble beginnings. He actually had his first idea as a pizza delivery driver in 2011. He then recruited his best friend Zach, which I'm sure most of you have met or know, and they set up in their parents' basement and started learning how to code until they made Favor a reality. Huge badasses. Ben then went on to raise the company over $30 million, and they're now in 16 cities with over 20,000 drivers and 100 talented employees right here in Austin. Huge job creators. Now that Favor is doing well and is established, and they are cash flow positive, or will be cash flow positive in a few months, Ben and Zach have left Favor and are pursuing a new opportunity in real estate tech. So without further ado, Ben.
Thanks, Dana. It's an honor to be here. So I've met a lot of entrepreneurs through the years and mentored a lot. And I think what's really cool about entrepreneurs is most of them try to solve their own problems, right? That's how a lot of entrepreneurs get started, is really just trying to solve the problem that's right in front of their nose. But a few of the really great entrepreneurs, they start solving their own problem, and then they realize, wow, this solution I've built can really solve a much bigger problem than just mine. It can solve a huge global issues. And so that's why I'm so excited to introduce Raj. I think I've sort of seen that transition with him just over the past few months of him realizing, like, wow, this problem that we're solving at FeverFit, this can solve a huge global issue that we have. And so I am super excited to introduce you to Raj. He's the CEO and co-founder of FeverFit. Here he is. Give him a big round of applause.
Thanks for the warm introduction, Ben. I'm Raj, CEO and co-founder of FeverFit. FeverFit connects you to the right fitness experiences and to people who will keep you motivated. We live in an amazing time in which technology allows us to get products, entertainment, and thanks to Ben, even tacos delivered to us without ever having to leave the comfort of our homes. The growth of this on-demand technology has improved life in so many ways, but it's also created a huge problem. It's allowed us all to live much more sedentary lives. I noticed this trend when I was in high school, so I began working out regularly. In college, I met other people who wanted to become more fit, and I discovered my own passion in helping them achieve their goals. However, I always noticed that each one of them would only stick to their workout regimens for a couple of months before losing focus. Little did I know, I was soon about to follow in their footsteps. As soon as I started my new job, I too lost focus. After long days of work, I would often find myself slouching on the couch, watching Netflix, and browsing taco joints on Favor. I would tell myself, it's fine, I'll work out tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. For months, I repeated this empty promise to myself until one day, I finally stepped on the scale, looked down, and realized I wasn't where I wanted to be. Whatever it is that keeps each one of us from working out how we want, it's clear that this has become a huge problem faced by Americans because obesity rates have almost tripled since 1990. At FeverFit, it's our mission to reverse this trend. Now, many of us think that we're probably decently fit, but I wonder if we would say the same if we saw the guidelines set forward by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. In fact, 80% of Americans are not considered healthy and physically fit according to these guidelines. That means 4 out of 5 people you meet are not considered physically fit. So why is this such a big problem when it seems like there's a gym on almost every street corner? Traditional gyms make being active into something that's a chore rather than something we should be doing for fun. And gym memberships, they don't let us try something new when we get bored of doing the same thing over and over. FeverFit is the solution. FeverFit collects your preferences in terms of your schedule, the activities you enjoy, and the people you like to work out with, and then makes relevant recommendations on where you should work out and who you should work out with. We're starting in Austin because Austin is full of early fitness adopters, but our eyes are really set on the US health club industry, and even bigger than that, the global health club industry. The best part about FeverFit is that there's no memberships. You don't waste your money. Instead, you buy points packages, and your points never expire. You redeem these points for access to hundreds of classes, passes, and gyms in your local neighborhood. You can also earn more points by completing challenges within the app and referring friends. Based on our different points packages, we make 20 to 40% margin. On the gym side, we charge 20% per transaction. Because we've talked to hundreds of gyms, we've found out that this is a sweet spot for them. Each gym spends an average of $150 in marketing and sales costs to convert a single customer. At 20% per transaction, we cut those costs in half. Our competitive landscape is full of the likes of big box gyms, such as Planet Fitness, ClassPass, and similar services. But no one in this competitive landscape has no restriction on classes or location, provides you with rollover credits, and actually connects you to community. We have an amazing team of co-founders who have years and years of relevant fitness experience. I myself am an expert in decision-making analysis. My co-founder, Mark, is a technical genius. He's been programming since he was 12. And our stellar CPO, Joe, has 15 years of strategic marketing under his belt. We have 2 rockstar advisors, the first of which is Harlan Beverly, who's an expert in not only consumer marketing, but he built his own gaming platform and can actively help us on the gamification of fitness. Sherry Shamrock has 20 years of experience as a growth expert at Gold's Gym, and she knows exactly what each gym faces on a day-to-day basis, and she knows how to catalyze people to come in through the front door. I'm proud to say that we launched a beta website in April, and anybody who knows anything about marketplaces knows that you have to build one side before you build the other. So since then, in the past 3 months, we've been focused on gym acquisition. I'm proud to say that today, you can go on our website and purchase access from 70 different gyms in Austin. Anything from CrossFit to yoga to bar, you name it. You guys go have fun. I'm serious. You should look us up. We're on a great trajectory. We're looking to accomplish big things in the next few months. And we're looking for angel investors who are also looking to do the same. At FeverFit, we're in the business of creating a fitter and healthier America. And we want people who think like us. So if you're interested, please come talk to me at our booth after this. I'm Raj, we're FeverFit, and we help you find your fit. Thank
you. Yeah. Let's hear it for Raj. Shane Cabot is a partner at ashlabs.com and head writer at harperjacobs.com. He's a systems engineer who has spent 15 plus years across 3 continents, applying systems thinking to improving processes and developing technology solutions to solve business problems. He's worked in risk analysis for a merchant banker, power plant operations and management, product strategy and development for an energy trading software platform, built and sold a technology company in the retail electricity space, managed a clean tech fund, and currently serves on the board of 2 companies. His particular focus areas are technology, resource efficiency, systems, and society. Without further ado, the brilliant Shane Cabot, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, everyone. I have to read this because Derry is easily one of the most impressive women I've ever worked with. I met Derry about 4 months ago, and the 4 things that stuck with me since, and you will all notice this when she comes on stage, she's extremely focused. She never missed a meeting we had, and she came prepared, which for the most part is halfway to winning, in my opinion. She has deep domain expertise, and I won't steal her thunder, she'll share that shortly. And she has this ever-learning approach where she'd come into the meetings fully prepared, but was very willing to shift gears if something she came in with seemed to not be sounding right as we engaged. And she's amazingly tenacious. Probably did 20 intros or so, and she reached out and spoke to every single person I introduced her to. So with that sort of just energy, I'm so excited to introduce you to Derry, who I think will be the next top tech lady in Austin pretty soon.
I walked out quicker. My name is Darren Raji, and I am the co-founder of One to Rule, the universal remote for smart home devices. Meet John. John is a doctor who recently moved into a new house with his family. John's new home has all kinds of smart devices. He's got the Alarm.com home security system, the MyQ garage door opener, and the Nest thermostat. He's even got the cool smart devices, such as the Moen connected shower he can control from his phone, the Amazon Alexa that reads him his morning headlines, and the Nespresso Wi-Fi coffee maker set to brew at 6 a.m. He bought all these devices to manage his home in a simple and convenient way. However, since these brands do not work together in an integrated manner and are controlled by so many apps, it has become neither simple nor manageable. Our 30-plus customer interviews in the top global consulting and research firms, McKinsey and Gartner, confirmed that this lack of device integration and app overload is a major pain point for consumers. It is also a barrier to the adoption of smart home devices and consequently a significant missed opportunity for device manufacturers. So today we are introducing One to Rule. One to Rule is an Internet of Things management platform that automatically integrates your smart home devices and allows you to control them from one simple app. We provide John the universal remote for his smart home devices. It uses artificial intelligence to personalize human device interactions and implements those personalized recommendations. So how does One to Rule work? John fills out the simple form with his background information and daily routine. He then connects his devices, which is automatically populated onto the One to Rule platform. Then he goes grabs a cup of coffee. We take care of the rest. We do the integration and programming. And by the time he gets back, we have his home integrated onto and configured onto one simple app. Now, we are the team to build this. I have a decade of engineering experience in 4 degrees, including an MBA from Harvard Business School, a Master of Technology, and a Bachelor of Electrical Engineering. I've also built out an integrated control system for billion-dollar production platforms. My co-founder and our CTO, Christian Coriel, has 30 years of software engineering experience and specializes in information systems. Our amazing mentors who are in the business and technical space have built out and successfully exited several venture-backed tech companies. The opportunity here is significant. The software market for smart homes in the US is $6 billion and growing rapidly. The $500 million market here in Texas is the right place to start because research shows that smart home technology adoption is fastest in cities with new construction. Dallas and Houston, and Austin, lower on the list, but Dallas and Houston are the top 2 cities in the US. They're in the top 5 for new construction and for smart home technology adoption. We're going to be finding homes like John's by partnering with construction companies, realtors, and with those device manufacturers that are looking to increase the adoption of their products. Other startups in this space are for folks like my co-founder who's been programming since he was 8, and for people who have the time to integrate and to implement their solutions. One to Rule is for people like John who need to have the time or the expertise to integrate and personalize their smart homes. We do it for them. Our revenue model is simple. It's $9.99 per month per home. and this is based on comparable service pricing from other startups and feedback from our customers. We've completed our proof of concept, and we have committed beta customers who are ready to pay. Over the next 12 months, we will be raising our friends and family round, releasing our beta product, establishing those partnerships, and acquiring our first 1,000 customers. We will use the learning and traction from this to size and raise our seed round, to build out our first version product, and acquire our next 10,000 customers. Our ask for today is for advisors and mentors in the smart home technology and Internet of Things space. And for those investors out there who are interested in our friends and family round, we are making new friends. Now with One Through Rule, John has his home integrated and personalized to allow him to live that simple and convenient life he craves. One Through Rule, the universal remote for smart home devices. Thank you.
All right, not only is she smart, but she's funny. All right, next up we have Infarm Global. Introducing Trisha, we have Blanca Lesmes, the co-founder and president of BB Imaging and Healthcare. Over the course of 13 years, she has cultivated relationships with healthcare providers in Central Texas and Oklahoma by delivering premium ultrasound services at their respective offices. What's cool about Blanca is she's one of our amazing mentors as well, and became a partner with one of our companies from Cohort 1, ConfirmX, which they launched their product in February, so pretty amazing. She also is a mentor, as I said, at DIvInc and also at UT, so give it up for Blanca.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited and honored to be here today. Wisdom is the quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment. I'm so honored to be presenting someone who exudes wisdom, Trisha Locke, CEO of Infarm Global. Trisha Locke has 20 years experience leading global teams in clinical research. Her position from various vantage points in global data management, project leadership, research monitoring, and the FDA submission process has positioned her to recognize a widespread pain in the pharmaceutical industry. Her company, Infarm Global, hopes to increase communication among researchers, study participants, and the governing agencies. Trisha's passion for solving these problems comes with an acute understanding that delays in clinical studies result in unnecessary suffering for individuals with illnesses, especially those suffering from orphan diseases such as ALS or cystic fibrosis. I love mentoring. Public speaking is not my strong suit. I'm sorry, I'm like shaking. And this is especially evident in her company's focus to contribute proceeds back to these same illnesses she hopes to combat. I'm confident that her wisdom and her focused purpose will lead to efficiencies in the clinical trial space and ultimately impact the speed at which life-saving drugs can reach the most vulnerable of patients. For this reason, I ask you to warmly welcome the wise Trisha Locke from Infarm Global.
Thank you.
Let's talk about drugs. The pharmaceutical industry is giant, and $100 billion is spent annually on research and development. Inefficiencies in the clinical trial process lead to unmet timelines and lack of enrollment. This increases the cost and slows down getting potentially life-saving drugs to market. For a blockbuster drug like Humira, Lyrica, or Xarelto, delays can cost up to $8 million per day. For an average 3-month delay, that's $480 million in potential lost revenue. While all clinical trials offer their own unique challenges, the most significant delays stem from clinical sites who do not meet their stated enrollment commitments. To ensure a successful trial, it is crucial that we quickly and accurately identify qualified sites with the right patient populations. Essentially, find the right doctors to get the job done. This is not as easy as it sounds. The current industry average shows that 40% of all sites will under-enroll. 1 out of every 10 of the sites won't enroll a single patient. And these stats haven't changed in decades. This critical process of site selection is currently handled by manually collating data from Excel spreadsheets and old-school feasibility questionnaires. But most importantly, it completely lacks the experiential knowledge of the study teams who work in the field with these doctors. There's no common collection point and no way for this hands-on information to be shared or utilized for future clinical trials. With stats like these and the extreme cost of unmet timelines, something has to change. I'm Tricia Locke. I've been in the clinical trial industry for 19 years, and while conducting more than 40 clinical studies, I've observed firsthand how pieces of this system are broken. My company, InPharm Global, is dedicated to making the process of starting and managing clinical trials both faster and smarter. InPharm Global is intelligent site selection made simple. We're a cloud-based enterprise site management and communication tool built to capture and share the knowledge of the field-based study teams. We'll also be an overall point of reference for the study metrics. By using key metrics and predictive analytics, our clients can then make well-informed decisions during site selection for future clinical trials. This will reduce clinical cycle times, accelerate study timelines, and save our clients hundreds of millions of dollars. Even the smallest reductions in timelines equate to huge cost savings. Our competition, big pharma companies use these extremely large databases called clinical trial management systems. They're critical for tracking all things related to the FDA submission process. However, they don't facilitate site selection, they don't manage daily communications, and they don't provide any site metrics. Our competition, Viva, Gobalto, and Cytrove, are looking to rip and replace the current systems, and none of these new systems capture the highly valuable knowledge of the study teams in the field. InPharm Global is uniquely positioned to fit directly into the current ecosystem, work in partnership with these CTMS systems, and be a highly valuable addition to the daily workflow. Our primary client acquisition model will be direct sales. We'll focus on the top 50 U.S. pharma companies, as well as boutique CROs. We'll also leverage my deep professional network of key decision makers. InPharm Global will be sold as a SaaS product. We'll charge a one-time licensing fee and then a monthly subscription fee based on the number of users. For example, we'll charge a $20,000 one-time licensing fee and then $10,000 a month for up to 200 users, which equates to $120,000 of annual revenue from one client. Currently, we have 2 companies that have agreed to beta test and provide feedback of our MVP. One is a top 20 U.S. pharma company, the other is a mid-sized CRO. We're also working on potential partnerships with CTMS providers and other technology vendors in the space. We're very excited to launch our MVP in July of 2017. We're forecasting for up to 4 companies to be live beta testing, providing feedback in August, and our initial product launch is scheduled for October. I'm also excited to announce and share with you our charitable giving initiative, which will begin in the first quarter of 2018. This will allow us to give back by donating a percentage of our profits to agencies who provide healthcare and life-saving drugs to the most underserved populations around the globe. I'm the founder and CEO of InPharm Global. I'm an expert in the clinical trial industry, and I have passion about technology and the efficiencies it can create in our daily lives. I'm very fortunate to be working with my technical advisor, I.K. O'Feely, Andy Smith, my UX designer, and a skill development team to finalize my MVP. We are raising seed funding in the amount of $500,000 to allow us to scale rapidly and increase the speed at which we add and refine features, make key hires, and manage the needs for marketing, legal, and operations costs. We're Inform Global, intelligent site selection made simple. Thank you.
In case y'all hear that dinging going on, it's Dana's phone on the laptop. We apologize. We haven't been able to turn it off from behind the scenes. Next up, mentor master Matt Bell started his career in law and hated it. After a couple of years, he's transitioned to banking and hated it even more. Then 2008 happened and he made the big decision to change industries and get into digital tech space. He started out in New York tech scene at Linkshare, then moved on to hold various marketing lead roles at Shutterstock, where he played a key role in the company's hypergrowth and path to IPO. He moved to Austin in 2013 and founded Brewdrop, one of the first on-demand delivery apps and the first of its kind in Texas. Brewdrop was acquired by Delivery.com in January 2016. Today, he runs a boutique consulting firm where he helps companies grow, and he spends his time blogging at startuprevival.com. Friend and mentor in the scene, Mr. Matt Bell.
Thank you. You know, I was asked to introduce this next company, and without hesitation, I said yes. This was a few weeks ago, but I had no idea that I'd be following the mayor, and there'd be 500 people here. Might have worn a shirt, but I think I still see Mayor Adler there in the background. I want to extend a personal thank you to him, because anyone who knows me knows that I am obsessed with politics and political news, but my wife will never talk about it with me. The first time she started a political conversation was to send me the link to his viral article and say, "Hey, did you see this? This is our mayor." And I said, "Yes, I saw that." So thank you. Thank you for helping my marriage and communication. And also, on a serious note, thank you for what you did, because it meant a lot to my wife, and that's why she brought it up. So, you know, I'm super excited. Also, I want to extend a thank you to DIvInc. I mean, to me, I'm in the way here. It's like all on my face. But true leadership is a servant's heart, I believe. And the leadership of DIvInc is serving this community in a really great way. So they're sacrificing for every startup here. They're sacrificing it for community. So let's thank them. So I'm super excited about Love Intently. And but you know, just a little bit about me. You know, I've been in the startup world. I've founded companies. I know how hard it is. So when I get involved with a company, the first thing I'm looking for is the founder. You know, when I'm getting involved, you know, as a partner, mentor, advisor, investor, whatever it may be, I want to understand and really know the founder. I'm looking for, you know, startup DNA, a tireless motivation to see that product through from idea to reality. I'm looking for a motivation and an aspiration to solve a real problem. There's a lot of startups out there that have cool ideas that don't really solve problems, but if you can solve a problem that alleviates pain for your customers, you have a real business opportunity. And not only that, if you can solve a problem, alleviate pain, and have an impact on the greater good, now that's a worthwhile pursuit. And in my time getting to know Sophie, I've seen that she exemplifies everything that I really look for and everything that we all should look for in an early stage startup CEO. She has the passion. She has the motivation. She has the desire. She has the tireless, pursuit to see it through to reality. And she's solving a real problem that we all face. And it pertains to relationships. And I feel that if we as a culture can master relationship and not, you know, let the little things get in our way and learn how to communicate better, we're going to see more fruitful marriages. We're going to see stronger families. We're going to see business partnerships that are closer knit, and we're going to see a measurable impact in the world. And so without any further delay, it is my great privilege to announce to you Sophie Kwok, the founder and CEO of Love Intently.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Matt. Every year, Americans spend $3 billion in online dating. And after you find the perfect match, it's happily ever after, right? Actually, strong relationships require a lot of work to cultivate. Let me introduce you, Josh and Jessica. They're a recently married couple, and Josh is starting a company, while Jessica is in medical school, making it a very busy and stressful season for the both of them. They're not able to spend as much time together, and they're starting to feel each other drift apart. And they're not quite sure how to start talking about it effectively. And they're not alone. 60% of relationships end due to poor communication. And in fact, research also shows that for every negative interaction, there must be 5 positive interactions to counter it. And that couples that experience divorce typically show a 1-to-1 positive to negative interaction ratio, meaning that if Josh and Jessica aren't careful, they could be headed towards divorce, which comes with a price. Every year, Americans spend $28 billion on divorces, and not to mention the emotional effects. And there are tons of apps and services out there to help us start relationships, but very few that help us stay in them. And isn't that a little ridiculous considering it's the most important part of our lives? And this is exactly why I started Love Intently. Love Intently empowers couples to build stronger and deeper relationships by taking the guesswork out of showing they care. We utilize, let's take Josh and Jessica for instance. We find out how you best give and receive love, and pair that with your personal data and personal interests, all forming your love personality. So let's take Josh and Jessica for instance. We recognize that Josh feels loved most when Jessica goes out of her way to spend time with him, while Jessica feels loved most when Josh goes out of his way to do kind things for her and make her life easier. We utilize machine learning and their love personalities to give them curated suggestions to empower them to excel at loving each other. And we like to call these love notes. Today we send Josh a text saying, "Hey Josh, it would mean a lot to Jessica if you took 5 minutes to write down the countertop today." And also, her favorite band is coming to town. Do you want to surprise her with tickets? He says, "Yes, please remind me at 6 p.m. Later that day, we remind him. And Jessica is overjoyed. He went out of his way to care for her in a way she knows is not come natural to him. And through Love Intently, they recognized that it wasn't that the other person didn't care. It was that they just simply didn't understand each other's love personalities. And Love Intently empowers couples to be the excellent partners that they are by taking the guesswork out. Couples who have used Love Intently like to call us their personal marriage assistant, and that the reminders make it really easy to integrate day to day. But most importantly, that it's allowed them to have more open and vulnerable conversations. Our revenue model is a monthly subscription of $19.95 a month, comparable to your average lunch date. And secondly, strategic partnerships. Current products in the market include books, online courses, and couples messaging apps. However, they either have no framework to build on the relationship, or they require massive amounts of guesswork to actually implement day to day. Whereas Love Intently focuses on both implementation and personalization. We currently spend about $40 billion maintaining marriages each year, and $12 billion of which on just date nights alone. Love Intently will be entering the market by focusing on the $1 billion spent on strengthening relationships each year by partnering with premarital counselors. Our brilliant CTO, Brandon Clark, has 15 years of development experience and has built extensive platforms for Fortune 500 companies and startups. Dr. Amy Vadnai has 20 years of clinical experience and is working with us to build out our love personalities. And Matt Bell, the growth expert, will be working with us to create our high-growth marketing strategy. And I'm Sophie Kwok, the founder and CEO of Love Intently. I have a master's in interaction design and have experience building environments and experiences with one of the leading design firms with a human-centered approach. We launched a small pilot, a private small pilot, with 40 couples and 15 of which were paying. We've built a social media following of 39,000 followers on Instagram who are ecstatic about our next launch. Next month, we'll be launching our friends and family round, and we are also looking for new friends. And we will be launching our beta and partnership program in Q3 and Q4, which will lead us to start our seed round. We are here today because of the phenomenal community that has been behind us, you guys. And so my ask is introductions to investors and industry experts who are passionate about building stronger and deeper relationships and empowering a better world. And more specifically, if you guys happen to know Brene Brown or Whitney Wolf, we would love an introduction. We have an opportunity to impact the world to build stronger and deeper relationships. And I invite you to join us in creating a world that loves intently, because it is not enough to love, and we must choose to show it daily. Thank you.
Give it up for love. What just happened? Sorry, I think I just forwarded. There we go. Awesome. So next up we have Voya. Introducing Voya, we have Dr. David Altunian, who has almost 30 years of management and staff experience in the technology sector. He was the founder and CEO of Motion Computing, a leading provider of rugged tablet solutions for business. He is a named inventor on 10 patents and a published author. He's also an assistant professor of entrepreneurship at St. Ed's, a partner at Capital Factory, and a board member at ATC, Austin Technology Council. So this is second to last. So if you guys want to grab some drinks, go ahead and grab some drinks. We do have David coming up here. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Dana. So I'm very honored to be able to introduce this team. When I asked them what they wanted me to say, they said they're an ethos-driven company that believes that creating a company should provide for the betterment of society, which may sound like BS, but when you talk to Malik, to Louis, and to Dante, they really believe it. They are on a mission, they believe, to help save lives of kids. And what was interesting was the first time I met them, they already had a relationship with a school district, but they didn't really know what they were going to really build. So they definitely had their hands on a real problem. These guys are very passionate about what they do. I'm excited to see where they are at the end of the program. And with that, I'd like to introduce Dante, the CEO of Voya.
How's everybody doing today? Awesome. Almost at the end. So what's really cool about today is that 10 years ago today, a guy you may have heard of, his name was Steve Jobs, came on the stage that was a little bit bigger than the one that I'm on now, and introduced this thing called the iPhone. And it revolutionized the way that we interact with each other to this day. Mostly for the better, but in some cases for the worse. Now, I'm not talking about the annoyance of going to a social function and realizing that everyone there is more focused on what's happening on their phone than what's happening with the people around you. I'm talking about the moment where you're a passenger of a vehicle and you look at the driver of the vehicle, probably somebody that supposedly cares about you, and they're too busy trying to take a selfie for Instagram than paying attention to the road. That could be deadly. Kind of makes you want to reevaluate your friendships. But for no group has it been more deadlier than for our youth. In fact, our team did some research, and we found that for the 15 and 19-year-old demographic, distracted driving was the leading cause of death, with roughly 3,500 deaths in 2016 alone. Now, the average high school is 851 students. We're losing about 4 high schools in distracted driving every year. And that doesn't even account for the nearly 400,000 souls that were lucky enough to walk away with just injuries. And when we talk about the financial impact, last year we spent nearly $50 billion dealing with the consequences of distracted driving. Now I can see the concern on your face, and we had that as well. But we looked at these numbers and realized that not only was it a problem, but it was a huge problem. So we created a solution. With Voya, a web and mobile-based application platform that rewards drivers for driving safely and for driving without using their phone. Users would download our app, and as long as you're in a moving vehicle and not on your phone, you're accrued what we're calling safe miles. And you're able to take those safe miles and redeem it at your favorite vendors, and if you're a student, maybe even a gift from your local school district. We went out and we looked at the market, and we found that there's 218 million licensed drivers in the United States. Now, we're starting with the 26 million that are aged 16 to 24, because as the stats we just showed you, there's the one that are most affected. But make no mistake, all 218 million of us could do a better job of staying off our phones. And we plan to go after them as well. Our initial revenue model is very simple. Parents, school districts, or their sponsors purchase what we're calling the Voya Analytics Program. Then, in conjunction with Voya, they market it to their students and their faculty. Students and faculty use the app, accrue the Safe Miles, and are able to go out and redeem those rewards. It's a win-win for everybody. Businesses get more customers, our students get to go and be safe, and the students also get to get more rewards. We also looked at what our competition was doing. And then we found out that we actually operated in a very unique way in comparison to everyone else. We're the only company on this chart that's going to tell you how safe you're driving, which is how hard you're braking and whether you're swerving. But we're also going to monitor whether you're being distracted or not. And if you're not, we're going to reward you. That, our awesome team and our awesome technology, is what separates us from the rest of the competitors. We've had unbelievable traction. Today, I'm proud to announce that coming up in a couple of months, we're starting our first pilot program with a local school district with over 600 approximate users. By February, we hope to have 3 school districts and 5,000 users signed up. And we're projecting that a year away from our initial pilot program, we're going to have 5 school districts signed up and over 10,000 users. We're moving really fast. And we're doing so because we have an amazing and phenomenal team. First, we have Malajiba. He's an attorney at law with his own firm who's put that aside to run our operations and represent us in all legal matters. Then we have Louis David, a 7-year veteran of the Austin startup community that's a wealth of knowledge creating new and emerging technologies. And then you have myself, a 5-year Marine veteran, former NSA operative, and I like to think that I'm a beneficiary of some of the best leadership training this world has to offer. Not bragging. We're asking for $375,000 in early round funding. That's going to help us with product development, targeted marketing, and also onboarding more school districts so that we can scale. Our mantra is very simple. We want everyone in this room and their children to arrive safely every time. If that's a movement that you can get behind, visit us at www.drivevoya.com or sign up with us after this so that way you can join us on a mission to help save lives. Thank you so much.
All right. Last but certainly not least, we have Explosion coming up. Introducing them, we have Jen Star, double N, double R. She might also give that joke, but I wanted to take it because it's fun. She's the co-founder and chief growth officer at Plot, a mobile app that takes the uncertainty out of travel. She's also alumni of 500 startups out of Mountain View, California. Prior to starting Plot, Jen was a serial entrepreneur with a strong background in branding and design. She has built numerous products, managed sales, defined processes and operations. Basically, a modern-day Swiss Army knife. That's her. My friend Jen Star.
Well, I want to start off a little bit by telling you, really, I'm a little biased, but I think they saved the best for last, okay? So let's just get that out of the way. So before I tell you why I'm so passionate about Explosion Tech and what they're doing, I want to give you just a quick background on me. When I was 6 years old, me and my mom, we moved to Houston, Texas. And we moved in with my aunt and my uncle while we got our feet on the ground. Now, my uncle, he was a huge baseball fan, and he loved the Houston Astros. So one of my most vivid childhood memories is sitting right behind the dugout, watching the Astros play in the Astrodome, which is obviously a very long time ago. So obviously, I fell in love with the game, and I actually played softball for the next 10 years until, it was time to move on. So let's fast forward to a couple of months ago. I was at a mentor mixer here for DIvInc, and a young woman comes up to me and doesn't even introduce herself. She just starts grilling me with questions. what is it like to be an entrepreneur? What is it like to be a woman in tech? All these questions. And that day, it was a pretty warm day, but needless to say, after all those questions, I was sweating pretty bad. So, it was finally my turn. I passed the test, whatever the test was, I passed it. And I started asking her questions. And so, I found out that her company created a sensor that helps batters with their swing. And I was like, I know a little bit about that. Started asking her more questions, and I find out that the whole team is from Houston, Texas. And, that made my heart pitter-patter a little bit. So I knew I had to work with them. So the following week, I meet up with the entire team, and honestly, I'm just blown away by the amount of talent and domain expertise this team has. They're hungry, and really the most important thing I think about the team is when they see something that they want, they go and get it. So without further ado, I'm excited to announce Isis and Keelan from Explosion Tech.
Opportunity.
Hold on 1 second, Isis. We are the last group of cohort 2. We can do better than that. Let's make some noise.
Are you ready?
Let's kill it.
Hello, my name is Isis Ashford.
And I'm Keelan Swain.
And we are the co-founders of Explosion Technology. And I want to introduce to you guys Coach Willie Ansley. He wears many different hats. He's a dedicated father, teacher, and coach who makes a significant impact into his local community. He also oversees 60 players, and he can't remember each player's session week by week, or whether they had a great session or a bad session 3 weeks ago. And he's not the only one. There are 200,000 coaches in this same predicament and 65 million athletes that look up to these coaches to help them get better. And he's clearly outnumbered. What he needs is a coaching platform to help track each individual player's session week by week.
What he needs is Explosion Technology. Here at Explosion Technology, we're working on motion tracking software and systems for coaches and athletes to analyze swings. This could be golf, tennis, softball, but more importantly, what we focus on right now, baseball. And we are all about improving the performance of athletes. And this is the way it works. You have one motion tracking system. You can either put it on your hip or your shoulder, and you have another one for your swinging apparatus. Right here I have a baseball bat. That's so you can take a swing. I just play D1 baseball, by the way, Division I. And then, had to slap that in there. And then the data is sent via Bluetooth to our mobile app. And there are 3 things that we drive on our coaching dashboard. First are real-time analytics. So when the player is hitting, he can see his hit speed and bat speed real-time as he's training. Secondly, we use a machine learning to figure out if the player had a good session or a bad session with our consistency scores. Third, we deliver key metrics as far as averages and improvements week on week so the coaches and athletes can validate what they're doing is actually working. And I'm very, very proud to say that Coach Willie Ansley, who was outnumbered earlier, has been using our platform for 4 weeks. And he has taken one of his worst hitters on his team to be one of the top 3 players in their lineup. This is what he got to stop. That's a big right there.
Conducting 2 paid pilots with 14 letters of intent from colleges and training facilities to pilot test with us today in August. And the growth opportunity is huge.
For our B2B market and our coaching dashboard, it's valuated at $41 million. More going towards our consumer market with over 65 million athletes is valuated at $14.1 billion.
And our revenue model is simple. We offer 2 packages. For the individual consumer, we offer a $10 monthly subscription to have access to the data analytics for 2 pieces of hardware, one for your body and one for your back. and $100 hardware cost up front. For the team package that will be sold to colleges and training facilities, we offer a $5,000 annual subscription for 10 sensors, 5 for your body and 5 for your back, and the hardware cost is built inside.
And so far, compared to our competitors, Blast, Motion, Zep, Diamond Kinetics, they do one thing really well. They give you one sensor for the knob of your baseball bat, and you can analyze your swing. We're taking it to the next level with the first full body motion tracking system for coaches to give instant feedback to their athletes.
And we have a team of badasses to take on this opportunity. We have a range of engineering disciplines ranging from mechanical, electrical, computer, and a full stack developer. We also have an experienced motion tracking and algorithm developer expert who has licensed his technology to Louisville Slugger and Wilson Sports. We also have an industry mentor who has won 6 College World Series championships and another mentor who's an expert in B2B sales.
And so far, with our awesome team and super sexy technology, we have developed an MVP with paid pilots, won 5 business pitch competitions, as you can see. And in the past 5 weeks, we raised $50,000 being a part of DIvInc cohort, which gives us a total of $65,000 total in raised with our competitions. And in the future, we're going to nail more paid pilots and extend our coaching platform to tennis and golf. Now, Isis will tell you about our pre-seed round that we're quickly closing.
We are raising $250,000 and looking for partners who are passionate about the next generation of wearable technology to contribute with our product development, patent, and customer acquisition. So join the winning team. If you play to win,
Then you play with Explosion. Oh, it's good to make it. Let's turn it off.
What y'all think? Pretty easy. All right. So, I'm blown away. Absolutely outstanding tonight. I will tell you personally and speak on behalf of the DIvInc team that it has been an absolutely beautiful journey over the last 3 months with this cohort right here. The amount of work they put in, the hours, the tears. I will say there was some blood there too. But this cohort was absolutely beautiful. Thank you for all your efforts you guys put in. It showed tonight. It was beautiful. Thank you. I also want to take a moment to thank our Demo Day sponsors, Jackson Walker Law Firm, and also Frost Bank. I saw Francisco already. Thank you. Thank you for sponsoring tonight. And before I forget, our founders will have their tables along over here. Please be sure to visit. Some of them will have their demos. They have more information. You guys can ask them questions because they were basically holding back some good information from you so they can come on over there. So be sure to go over there. The other thing is I want to thank all of our sponsors that supported us the entire pre-accelerated program. Without our sponsors, DIvInc would not be able to push forward and deliver, tremendous success that we've had. So the sponsors on here, the Master of Science NSTC program, Entrepreneurs Foundation, Capital Factory, great partners with us, and we have so much more that we're going to be doing as we go forward. Frost, Galvanize, and also BCL. I know BCL is in the house also. So thank you to our sponsors, and we look for, as Darren was saying, there any investors out there we're looking for more friends? I have to borrow that one. And I also want to thank our advisors, a tremendous, talented team that has been behind us, really helping us with the strategy and also the overall vision and execution of DIvInc. So our advisors, we definitely want to thank you. I don't see too many here, but they're been extremely supportive. For our mentors, many of them are in here tonight. Our mentors, will you please stand up if you're still here? Come back there. And I will say this, we have a little over 60 mentors who volunteer their time. And I'm not just talking about just regular folks who are walking in off the street. These are true, experienced subject matter experts who are actually providing the tools, the resource, the expertise, the knowledge that is so critical, right, for these entrepreneurs to really build their businesses and then scale them to where you are. So the result of what you saw tonight, a lot of that was as a result of the mentors giving up their time and the workshops they were given. So again, to the mentors, thank you immensely for all that you do. Okay? Thank you. All right, so am I missing anything? What's that? Oh, yeah, that's right. So, at approximately 8:30 p.m., we will be hosting an after party at CU29, which is directly across the street. That way. That way. And so we definitely want to see everybody up in there coming over there and hang out with us. Last but not least, I know they tell me to wrap up. I'm like, whatever. But let me say this. I'm going to say this again. These two young ladies right here, you guys have come on up here and join me. These are my girls. These are my girls. These are my girls. These are my girls. DIvInc's not possible without them. Thank you. Without you. Thank you for being, this is like the best team I've ever worked with. Sorry, Del, but this is the best. So big hand of applause for them. And then, all right, we're wrapping up. Let's get to networking. Get my cohort up here. We bring the cohort up one more time. No, we're good. Y'all not coming back up here. All right, so go to your tables. Thank you all. Right? Thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you for the love that you provided us. And let's go have some fun. Thank you again.
Still drinks at the bar, y'all. Get your drink on. that time. Thank you so much for coming. It's been an amazing, incredible night. I'm so proud of every single person who presented tonight. How about this? If you can hear me once, clap. Or if you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, clap 3 times. Y'all are the best. Thank you. So what I'm about to say is that we gotta head out of here and head right next door to CU29, where you can continue your conversation. And there are happy hour drinks and free food over there. So please make your way to CU29 so we can clean up and get out of here. Thank you. Stacking chairs. We're going to start cleaning up right now. Thank you. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for coming, but it is time to get out of here and go party. Go celebrate all of our amazing founders over at CU29. That is literally right next door, right across Brazos. Please make your way there. There are happy hour drinks and some food over there. So continue your conversation right across the street. We appreciate you coming. We appreciate you supporting our founders. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. Where'd that be, Preston Jones? Yo, Preston, a bottle of Monet Chandon is waiting on you over here by the bar. All right, y'all, I'm not joking. Get your booties out of here. Go to CU29. Finish that conversation right over there. Thank you. flowers right here? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll just come pick up the jars when they die. Is that okay? Yeah. All right. Sounds good. How did it go? Everything went amazing. Everybody, of course, is super impressed. I'm so sorry it was so hot in here. It was really hot, but what can you do? There was a lot of bodies. No, I wish we could have been out ASAP in the building. One by myself. Thank you. Shoot. So I just realized I don't have my keys. Are you going upstairs? Yes, I did. Is it possible for you to give me my office? You need our key? I need it up to 5 and then also to like that back door. Well, to is there somewhere I can go to this
There's a plant there, so it's in over there. There's like this plant over there.
Oh, yeah, sorry. How do you do that? That hurts my fingers.
It is.
Okay.
Pretty through the fingers.
You mumble under your breath. I doubt you know what she said. Let's get this up on your chest. Right here, right now. I'm trying to make this a mess. We're trying to run in the dark. We're making reasons to destroy all we need, 'cause we're addicted to bleeding hearts. Got me fighting naked, nothing sacred. We're tearing clean off the wounds. Some need a kiss and make up. It's on the edge of emotional. I see the look in your eyes. Heartbeats getting away. I see the look in your face. I can't take it away. Oh, God, that's the trouble with me. I need the trouble with you. Oh, God, that's the trouble with us. I need the trouble with trust. Oh, God, that's the trouble with me. I need the trouble with you. Oh, God, that's the trouble with us. I need the trouble with trust. I see you looking at me. You left me under your dress, but you won't show me your heart. Teach me a lesson, I guess. I still go back to the dark. I'm trying to clean up the mess. Girl, I don't know where to start. We're in the season of deliberately needing a fire to burn in our hearts. Got me fighting naked, nothing sacred. We're tearing clean off the wounds. Like some need a kiss and make up. It's on the edge of emotional. I see the look in your eyes. Heartbeats getting away. I see the look in your face. I can't take it away. Oh, God, that's the trouble with me. I need the Sorry, horse, so my fault. It's not me. Who cares? Blase, blase. upon a time in my neighborhood, me and all of my next door neighbors would get the whole block jumping to the latest jams, rocking out to the sound of our favorite band. I remember one summer on a Friday night we had more dog spinners, so the party's hype. I saw my homegirl Sally from across the way, an intelligent lady with a lot to say. She had a shimmer in her eyes and a smile to match, skinny waistline but the style is fat. Just a glimpse of her face, it could brighten the mood. Any places she went, she would light up the room. I was like, let's bust the broom. She said, cool. But she moves like she rocking 2 butts to shoot. She got 2 left feet and can't work the beat. She can't dance, but Sally's still perfect to me. Two-step, I'm in your wet, but she's so fresh I don't interject. There's no skip to her loo or the do-si-do, but that's cool, I can still be her Romeo, you know?